So hey everybody, what's going on? Look, just real quick here tonight, okay? I know that this video right now looks like crap, okay? Like, I know the lighting looks horrible. I know my LUT makes this video look a lot darker than what it is, but frankly, I wanted to just show you guys what lighting can actually do to your video quality, whether it's with a DSLR like what I have here with my A6000 or a mirrorless camera, I should say, or even a little Logitech C920 or the, the Logitech Brio 4K. Now, this is what a lot of my friends use, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? The setup right here is just my overhead light on with I believe it's a 360 watt equivalent LED light bulbs, and they are of course the daylight emulating sort of just really bright white light. I think it's like a 5500 Kelvin, I think it is. So it simulates daylight the way it looks, you know what I mean? And it's very bright, very even light. But the bad thing about this here is that if you look in the shadows, especially underneath my chin, they're very dark. They are very, very dark. There's also a lot of noise and everything behind me as well, because this is great, but it's not, you know, focused light. Overhead ceiling lights, especially on fans, they tend to spread light out, you know what I mean? So it's not really good for this kind of stuff here. But a little cheap upgrade you guys can do is a ring light, and that looks like this here. Alrighty guys, and again, I know that my LUT kind of sort of exaggerates the lighting conditions, but this is actually a good thing to show you like the directional lighting that a ring light can actually provide. And you might see it get a little bit brighter as this part here goes on, but that's because it's a fluorescent bulb in there, so it takes a minute to warm up to really get how bright I have it set. And on my model here, it's from Newer, and I believe where the dial's at, because it's dimmable, I have this at about 75%, let's just say 75 to 80% ish. Okay, now as you'll see, this here already looks a lot better, right? Because the light is right here in front of me, right next to the camera, and because of that, I also have a little diffuser on here because this light is very, very bright. Like, it hurts to actually look in this direction for a long period of time, which is unfortunate because whenever I'm sitting like this here gaming, the ring light is right there in my peripheral vision, right here on top, and it hurts my eyes after a while. Okay, and again, see, it got brighter, so everything looks nice and evenly lit, right? And this is fine. It looks really good. But it can look better. Why? Well, again, there's a lot of sharp shadows, and since this is a ring light, it's a directional light to where it focuses everything right here. So this side of my face looks fine, but there's a lot of really harsh, you know, highlight and shadow roll off on this side here. So how can we correct that? Well, we could of course do this here. All right, now adding these here helps a little bit. It sort of kind of brightens up the back a little bit, you know, the background a little bit, kind of separates me a little bit more from it, but it also illuminates behind me a little bit to where I don't have, you know, such a harsh roll off on the shadows and highlights on this side here, which I think looks a lot better. But there's still some kind of harsh shadows like right here, especially on this side again, because a ring light is a directional light. So since the ring light is right here, anything on this side of me, it's going to be dark and just, you know, not like standing out good enough in my opinion. So you can combat that by getting either another ring light, or if you want to step it up a little bit more, you can get a couple of soft boxes. And I'm going to turn off my ring light and turn on my two soft boxes right here, and you guys can check out what that looks like for yourself right now, okay? And folks, this is what my setup looks like now with the two soft boxes. I have one right here facing down and one right here going straight at me. And I like this look a lot better because it spreads the light out a lot more, because as you all know, for a softbox, you actually have a huge giant diffuser that goes on the front of the whole thing. So it really spreads that light out evenly across both of the fronts here, okay? And it makes everything a little bit softer. So you still have shadows, but they're nowhere near as harsh or as dark. See, like underneath my chin here and everything, instead of it being just a completely black shadow, it's a little bit softer. So you can still see some shadows if you want that kind of look like I do, but this way here, it's not just, you know, white, completely dark, you know what I mean? And I think this looks a lot better. It looks a lot more even. And if you want to get a set like this here, what I got on Amazon, everything will be linked down below for you guys and gals as always. So they're going to set you back like $60 to $70 depending on if they are on sale or not. So folks, with all that being said, I know that a lot of people say that you want to have good audio, and you do. People always say that, oh, you should just upgrade your webcam for your stuff to look better. And that is true. With the better webcam, or even with the DSLR and a cam link, you can get a lot higher resolution and sometimes higher frame rate video because of that, and also much bigger pixel count with an actual DSLR. But if you don't have the lighting, you know, lighting plays a much bigger factor in looking good on camera, especially for streams or YouTube videos like this here, than what you might think. Okay, folks, a lot of people overlook lighting, and I totally get that. But if you want to actually make your setup look good, get some lights. You'll love it. You'll thank yourself. It'll be a great time for everybody, okay? But folks, look, if you want to see more content like this on the channel, get sub, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate that. And I'll catch you overall on twitch.tv/hey, it's Terry, as per usual. See you next time, folks. Have a good day, y'all.